So, like, queue us for another instance? Yeah, let's do it. I've queued us up for all of the instances. I have no idea where Keith is.
I have no idea what that one is.
Auchenai Crypts.
Oh, that's the crypt. Oh yeah.
Oh, the
I think I remember the crypts actually.
Yeah. It'll be a good experience.
This is like what, Terracar Forest or something?
Yep.
Yeah,
down in that like shitty hole that sucked to go into because it was filled with enemies.
Yeah, I remember because it looks vaguely like stuff. It has assets related to Shutrath.
Yep.
Yeah, this place took me a few days to get through when I first played this game. Like just having trouble trying to get the right group together that could handle it. Because it was it's enemy dense, so people that don't conduct themselves properly can screw everybody up.
Oh, my press log is full. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it.
Yeah, you say that and someone's immediately pulling without a tank.
Speaking of pulling without a tank...
Yeah, Carl,
no.
I
Del, when I say pulling without a when Keith says pulling without a tank, you mean somebody else was here first. I'm not even in tank spec.
Yeah. That's not good. I'm just gonna pop things that make me harder to kill for a little while.
I'm just
Oh my god,
to
are we just pulling the entire instance right now?
Yeah.
Wait,
this seems hazardous.
Do you see that raptor that's running around? People like that raptor.
Yeah. Is the pet taunting?
I don't know.
Does he have taunt enabled on his hunter pet?
It's not uncommon for people to do that. Alright, well now I'm in the right spec. Now I can actually bear tank.
Can you come back so I can actually pick up this quest?
Yep.
It used to be that you would never make it this far in this game with people having that problem because they would have never made it this far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we would have just gotten smoked on the first encounter and that would have been it.
That's the biggest downside probably of making the rest of the game so much easier. This person's just being... Look at this person being all impatient.
Yeah, the thing is...
They rush ahead to begin with, and now they're doing ellipses and shit because we're not going fast enough.
My quest log was full, sorry.
Get rid of something from Zangarmarsh.
I did.
Random yelling? Oh, it's instance leader, never mind. I thought you were yelling at everybody. I don't think I've seen the instance leader color before.
Oh yeah, it used the whole instance chat looks suspiciously like yell.
Yeah.
Which I think has more or less been kind of removed from the game.
Yell?
Yeah, like when was the last time you saw anybody use the yell command?
That was one of the fun parts about PvP was that you'd be attacking somebody's you'd have like a raiding party attack the enemy town, and like an open world, and everyone started yelling things, which of course gets auto-translated based on what race is saying it and stuff like that. But it's just amusing to see like all this like incomprehensible language gibberish filling up the screen as your town's being assaulted.
Oh yeah. There was I was playing, I want to say it was on this server. I had a Blood Elf and another guy in the same area. I was playing Horde in the Barons, you know, awful time that. But a bunch of Alliance were taking out like that basic town, and they were just like spamming something, so I popped over to see what they're saying. And I want to say it was like Drew Barrymore. Over and over and over again. I was just so confused. But that was their battle cry. Everybody was yelling it. It looked like they all had macros for it.
Sure, why not?
There's like this massive war.
Has she been doing films lately at all, or no?
I mean, she probably goes the way of all female rom-com.
Drew Barrymore is a director, isn't she? Or a producer?
No.
I think the last movie I know of her being in, I think, wasn't she in Blended with Adam Sandler? Because she's done like 3 movies as like the romantic interest in an Adam Sandler movie now.
I have no idea.
I'm thinking of the right actress, right? The one that was also in like 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also in Blended then, I think. So she's just one of those people that does movies with Adam Sandler. And I think she's also a movie producer, actually.
I would check, but these guys keep moving on without me.
Yeah, I just remember
That's probably not great. Okay, now that we're in combat. Let's see. Career. Flower films and late work. God damn. This Wikipedia page is awful.
Like, I think she's more of a behind-the-scenes type of person for movies at this point.
Tell me there's like a filmography. There it is.
Like a Jackie Chan.
Oh, it's a separate thing entirely. She was in E.T. Huh.
Yeah, she's the little girl.
Yeah, she was the girl.
I did not know that.
Some people have been in movies a long time.
What's a macro? Heard the term. So it depends on what game we're talking about.
It's a command you can type out script for, basically, where like you press this hotkey and this thing that you typed out happens. It could be like a text message, or it could be like literally a sequence of attacks that cycle or something like that. Like sometimes people would make one-button macros that would basically run their entire class while they were in instances where they just press one button over and over again.
I was a one-button healer for a while, or at least I had one button that would just pop a lot of my like heal over times and stuff, because
yeah,
it was easy.
And you could even do some fun stuff. Like I knew someone who in my PvP group would he went full anime with his character, where he
so he would shout out.
Yeah, he added text
nonsense.
He added yelling macros to all of his attacks.
That is.
Why was it like Link?
No, it's like.
No, I mean like he'd be like shouting out the names of moves or something like that, or like "By Fury be purged" and stuff like that while he was using certain attacks. It's like whenever he popped out certain cooldowns, he'd have stuff pop out that was related to what he was doing. And I think you could even set it up so it would cycle certain commands, so it wouldn't just say one thing over and over again.
I had to kick somebody out of my guild, or at least break the news, because my guild master was kind of a coward sometimes. But he was like one of our better guys. But he would not stop like rickrolling the whole raid with like shitty macros. And so for whatever reason, apparently because I knew him best, I'd never really talked to the guy before. I had to like tell him that he was getting kicked out of the guild if he didn't quit his shit. And he did for like a month, and then he did it, and the guildmaster was just angry because it was, yeah.
That's kind of Cowardice 101, where someone's like, "Hey, you know this guy better than me, right? You'll go talk to him for me."
Yeah.
That's my go-to actually at the office, because I don't know anybody. Is that I'll try to find someone to send after people instead of me, because I don't know who these people like anybody. Hello, major upgrade weapon.
Yep.
The shard.
I remember when I had weapon upgrades.
I got very hurt. Wait, you guys continued without me? Why? Carl.
Because that was kind of the pace we've been setting.
Here, let me bring back.
Yeah.
I got him back. You heal people. Oh.
I think
somebody else is.
Yeah, he's rezzing.
Mass resurrection. Yeah.
We were strangers to
I'm gonna
love.
wait for a moment.
So my phone
Bella, you
just
good to go?
straight up died. So that's not good news for me.
Yeah, I'd rather that you tell me, because I just walked around that massive. What do they call it? The like watchers. And then you guys were already halfway through the chamber.
Don't forget to heal yourself, by the way.
Right, which is what I was doing when you guys decided to run ahead. There we go.
Don't you have any, like, good party-wide heals anymore?
No.
Oh.
Remember, that's why I wanted to switch back to my druid at some point.
How many alternate healing characters do you have?
We had, so,
we started playing alone.
Yeah, when we first started World of Warcraft, we had the like 400% experience boost from recruitment.
Oh.
So we leveled like a ton of characters up to 80 or close to.
Jeez.
Yeah, because it. So you know how Shell was like talking about how easy it was to level, and like how impersonal it is because we barely spend time in it anywhere. Imagine if you just went to Hellfire Peninsula, finished Hellfire Peninsula, and then immediately moved on to Shadowmoon Valley.
Yeah.
And then immediately went on to Northrend. Like, you barely...
Like, for perspective, Shell, I think it used to be pretty normal to spend a week in each zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That was vanilla WoWs. You'd spend a full week in each zone, so you actually would like get an idea for like the story arc that's happening in that particular zone and stuff like that.
You see, that's why I love playing starting areas so much.
Yeah, it's also why you want to play new MMOs that aren't streamlined into shit like this, where they like, all right, we just gotta get them through this as fast as possible because the level cap's 110 now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no way to play old WoW, so you just have to play this version where they've cheapened everything to an extent where, like, even if you like, there's no good way to absorb this game, right? This content we're doing right now and everything up to now, there's like no good way to do it. Because even if you try to stick it out and play absolutely everything, you're just going to be like so hilariously overpowered that you won't ever take damage at that point. Because you're already kind of hilariously overpowered before you overlevel. So imagine being 3 or 4 levels higher than everything. So I think you have to be 4 levels higher than stuff for it to go gray, meaning you can't get experience from it anymore. And you would immediately hit that.
Might even be higher than that.
Oh,
so unfortunately, people can basically never know the sort of like the version of the game that kind of had more gravity to it. And then there's goods and bads, because of course some people would find it tedious, which is also part of the reason why they streamline it.
Yeah, I think it depends. I like games like I actually really like how Guild Wars did its leveling, because it's just kind of like a collection of areas that were fun.
Yeah, the good thing with Guild Wars 2 is that everything could scale to you, so you didn't feel like you were losing access to content as you leveled up.
Oh right,
yeah.
I really like Guild Wars 2 for that.
I want more. Well, the other thing was like there was no real progression system. It was just kind of like, because you could go back, it's just like, here's kind of some new areas, but also like, just do whatever. And it felt really good.
It made leveling feel even better than it usually does, because you felt like you're constantly unlocking new levels to play, basically.
Yeah.
As opposed to being like, oh, now it's like in most MMOs in most RPGs really, it's like it's less that you unlock new places and more that you just have a new place you're supposed to be instead of this one.
No, it's not for you though. Even like,
I know.
There's nothing in here.
Yeah, the core difference between Vanilla WoW and Guild Wars 2 is that in Vanilla WoW, as you're leveling up, you basically had 2 zones you could choose from at any given level. Yeah. And in Guild Wars, you can choose from every place that you've ever unlocked, forever. Or as far as I could tell from back when I played. I hit like level 30. Then everyone I knew quit.
Yeah, I played 4 characters to max, though after a while you can actually start getting level up scrolls that, you know...
Yeah, now if we were to start playing,
30
we could
levels.
Pretty much immediately make like a level 30, 40.
Well, right.
Which is kind of nice.
If you have any characters that have birthdays, you get birthday gifts that give you 20 or 30 level
That's one of those games where they didn't make, like, leveling still takes a while, but like it doesn't feel like that long of an experience, and then it's just kind of like, alright, do whatever you want now. Good luck. But the problem is they didn't make the endgame very accessible, as far as I was concerned. Like, the endgame dungeons were kind of hard as shit, and unless you had a group of people that you knew, you generally couldn't clear them.
Yeah, people gaze in amazement at my Sylvari character. They go, wow, you actually have a nearly complete set of Twilight Arbor armor. And I'm like,
the other problem is you have to play through, like, a dungeon 30 times to get a full set of armor or something silly like that. Like,
we played it 35 times to get most of the pieces of my armor.
35 times through the hardest dungeon in the game, pretty much, that nobody ever wanted to play, just to get her, like, full set of armor.
And that was nearly impossible to get groups for that.
Yeah, because, you know how Guild Wars, or World of Warcraft has this, like, fancy group finder, whatever? Guild Wars 2 does not have that. You cannot do group finder.
So I thought they made one.
I mean, that's more or less what guilds are for in most games, basically. Is for that specific purpose of building. You have to build a community.
The thing is, then they made guild missions, which people do once a week, and
once a week, everybody just piles into an area and just clobber-knots something. But
it's interesting because, like, now as an adult that has to deal with time and everything like that, like, all of that is totally inaccessible to me, but at the same time, the part of me that's done that stuff before is also like, but that's the good version. Like, even now, I'm still thinking that, like, when it's really demanding and you have to get a group together and you have to use tactics and really think it out and plan stuff out, like, that's the end result's so satisfying compared to anything you're allowed to do in a lot of the shittier games now.
Yeah, but that's why I like playing games like, Killing Floor 2 and like Titanfall and stuff, because we were actually doing that, even if
Like that's what pulled me away from WoW for a little. What pulled me away from my YouTube channel for a little bit early on was that Destiny came out, and I got into the only raid that existed at the time, and based on because of the level cap that existed at that point, like that raid was actually like pretty tough, and it was actually like a really engaging, cool experience that I hadn't felt in like 7 years at that point, probably. Like that specific flavor you get from raiding.
Yeah,
and then shortly thereafter, they raised the level cap like 4 months later and ruined it.
Yeah, supposedly
I really liked Destiny. It was fun.
That's the one thing I don't like about talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I try to get my word in, and you guys just talk right over me.
We are chatterboxes. All right.
Well, it was just the whole. I mean, we were playing WildStar earlier, and obviously that sort of tanked in part because my computer couldn't handle it, and everyone kept getting lost.
It tanked because I don't think any of us wanted to play that anymore.
I was having fun.
Right.
I kind of was. The content just didn't feel very streamlined.
Well, yeah, we're on the topic of dungeons and raids, and I think what made that, well, WildStar's pitfall, from what I had heard, had been that it was so exclusively oriented towards endgame players that, and then people couldn't even access that after they got there. It was pretty insane.
Die, bird.
Did you just spawn in suddenly, bird?
Right on top of you.
Great.
Yeah, I had a Talbot. There we go. But they're so cute. I don't want to kill them.
There's definitely issues with talking over each other just because there's latency. So like you'll get about 2 words into a sentence sometimes, and the other person starts talking, and it sounds like they're just interrupting you, but they actually started when you weren't saying anything yet.
Right.
And it's so difficult sometimes.
That too. Yeah. I forget about it.
Oh yeah, chat doesn't recognize it at all sometimes, so they just think that we're all assholes to each other. Like, you only just stop talking over each other. God damn it, it's like a bunch of autistic children. It's like, no, that's. Do you not know how latency works?
Hey, you better watch your language there. I mean,
that's literally what they call us, though. That's just the thing.
Yeah, I'm just representing what the comment would be.
Yeah, I've gotten that comment several times. Specifically in relation to anytime that it's you, me, and Bird specifically.
They must love the podcast then.
Our podcast ain't bad.
There's an increasing number of people with autism, though. So.
I mean, it's not an increasing amount, just higher levels of diagnoses. I'd say your brother actually has it. I'd say a lot of the people that I know that had autism never saw a doctor about it, said they had autism, and close enough, right?
It's like ADD, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Autism is different in many
No, I'm not
ways,
saying it's like ADD. I'm saying that it's a similar form of like a bunch of people just saying people have it, or a bunch of people thinking that it's suddenly everywhere, OCD. But it's just because it's being diagnosed in a way that it wasn't before.
In the past, people may have called them socially awkward.
Yeah.
Maybe not like the best conversationalist, or...
Yeah, somebody in my school actually had OCD and like had needs for it. And
everyone else is like, oh my god, I'm so OCD.
Yeah, so this person was like, actually struggling to like get over their OCD issues as opposed to, just being OCD. So huge struggle for this person. And I don't remember what it was, but I think it was kind of like your standard situation where like the catty girl is either saying she has OCD or making fun of people with OCD. And there was like this big freak out time, so we had to have a assembly talking about like sensitivity towards people with issues. Yeah,
everyone's favorite topic: sensitivity training.
I mean, to be fair, it was actually kind of an eye opener for me because I also did not really understand like what Asperger's was, or like I had never personally interacted with a person with like actual autism.
Ooh, that looks like it's for me.
They actually brought in, like, the specifically, like, mostly high-functioning, but still, fairly autistic/Asperger's-y kid. and it was actually really interesting to listen to him talk about his issues with like socialization. And I was glad they did it, but it was really weird, and a lot of people skipped the
Q&A?
for
The assembly in
obvious
general?
reasons. Yeah.
Wait, they could skip
Have
it?
you been receiving everyone's kills?
No, it was a mandatory thing for all grades, but people did not. You know, high
Yeah.
schoolers.
Oh yeah, they just don't go.
Yeah.
Like, I hear ya. You say it's mandatory. I hear ya, but nah.
That was always me with the pep rallies. Whenever a pep rally would happen,
I've literally never been to a pep rally.
I went
I don't
once
think I
because
even
had some
fully understand
friends
the
in like a
concept.
dance team. I think it matters more for high schools with like bigger sports teams.
Yeah, I've never been to a pep rally or homecoming.
I went to homecoming once,
Or
and
a
it
game.
was loud rap music, and everyone grinding, and a massive teacher who was like really obese, like going in there and being like, "Kids, break it up."
In my head, homecoming
I
is
was
where
just
you
on
hear
the
someone
side.
say, "Superman, that skank ass hoe." Because it was that period of time.
And I was just, off to the side with a couple of my friends, and we're like, why don't we suggest, like, Cotton Eye Joe, or the Macarena, or the Electric Slide, or something where everyone stands at a line and isn't mashing? Yeah.
I'm still pissed off that my prom was on a boat, and they wouldn't play I'm on a boat, but they would play Birthday Sex.
Ew.
Because
Does Birthday Sex just not have swearing in it compared to the boat song?
No, it also has swearing in it, but it's mostly, talking about having birthday sex, whereas I'm on a boat just says, bitch, I believe.
Doesn't the chorus say "I'm on a boat, motherfucker"?
Oh,
That
might
be it.
Isn't that the
But
song?
still,
Because I feel like that
I
might
would
be a
s-
part
I
of the ruling.
I would still argue that I would consider the birthday sex song to be a little bit more objectionable for high schoolers. Maybe. If I
just think
was
all
in
of
the
those are
administration, I would want nothing to do with high schoolers.
Despicable.
If I was the
sleeping
administration,
with
I
each
wouldn't
other.
want to have anything to do with high schoolers' taste in music.
This is true, but
They're probably just trying to
princi-
groan and bear it.
Well, the principal was like actively next to the DJ, saying yes and no to songs. It was super great. And
So you said your prom was on a boat?
Yeah, it was stupid.
My entire group of friends didn't go to prom.
Oh yeah, I got a Wii, and all of my friends who didn't want to go to the dance played Wii with me. So we were doing Smash Brothers all night long.
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
everyone, including people with dates. We actually all went bowling and rented out like 2 lanes and just had a ton of people competing. And we were
Yeah,
fully
that's substantially better.
we were fully dressed up for prom.
I did not have friends by the time prom rolled around, but I didn't really care.
That was like half the fun of it, was that everyone was way overdressed and we were all bowling and playing DDR.
That would have been enjoyable. But,
me playing Dance Revolution.
Senior year was me realizing all of my friends' group was going to be going off to college. I'd never see them again, and I probably didn't like them either. So it was kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna go play a shit ton of WoW.
Yeah, I
And
lost.
There we were.
Actually, yeah, I lost all of my friends from high school, like shortly after leaving high school.
Well,
Yeah.
So the interesting thing with me is, I mean, I
Now,
have
what
this
are you up
conversation.
to? Where are you going now?
Just hunting for stuff.
cleft
I just
hoof.
have one more cleft hoof.
Was there quests over here? I saw you guys standing over here by this trainer, the pet
It's an
trainer.
interesting conversation that I've had with Wander before, but
Yeah.
I actually have
We're
several
just here.
friends. I have like a solid group of about 10 plus people that I've known since elementary school. And we're
Jeez.
all still good friends. I mean, granted, we don't see each other as much anymore. A lot of them are still in the area.
Wait, so what
But,
quest are you,
uh,
what quest are you guys
Map tap.
doing?
She's still hunting.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay.
I'm
If
done
you use your-
hunting now.
If you use your flying mount, you're faster.
I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Sorry, I'm in the other spec, and I haven't been able
Oop.
to
Oh.
bring my Griffin mount.
Well, you should probably switch back to battle spec instead of fighting things in healer spec anyway.
Well, would it have really changed my stats? I mean, my attacks were the same.
It gives you better attacks. Like the way it scales damage is better.
I basically have one elementary school friend that used to be my next door neighbor.
Wait, I got something called the Howling Wind.
It tells us to go talk to the Earthen Circle or whatever.
But for both high school and college, basically the moment I graduated, almost everyone I knew moved out of state.
Right, I mean, I had a lot of friends. Well, a lot of my friends went to college in the same area. Some of them even attended the same cosplay troupe club that I was a part of. And
yeah, your friend group did not go far.
Well, I mean, then some of them afterwards moved with their now husbands. So they're in far off distant states.
What, just contemplating the people our age are already married?
Oh, the people... I knew people who were married before I finished high school. And
what?
Really? I knew some people who had kids.
I knew people that had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew people that had kids in middle school. That was fucking.
What's crazy is... For me, what's crazy is thinking that those people that I knew that had kids in high school, like, their children are now in school.
Yeah.
Like, it's been enough years now that their children are in school now. Like... Yep. I don't know that for a fact. They could have been hit by a car for all I know, but they should be in school if they're alive.
Right.
Which is a crazy concept to me.
They'd be
all right.
Elementary school.
Shall I queue us up for another dungeon? We've only got 2 left.
Well, should we hand in all these quests?
I handed the ones up that are up north, and I've come over to the elemental place to pick up more quests over there.
I want to hand these
let's head
quests
to the
in.
elemental throne. Nah, Shell. Let's keep picking up quests. Do the circuit.
Yeah, especially since we have our Hearthstone set to town.
Yeah, Shell.
As a shortcut.
Okay, so we're going up north?
Yeah, we're going to the...
Throne of the elemental hurl the...
Okay.
Throne of the elements, there we go.
The problem with Nagrand is it's so big, and it's so just like go out and kill things in the,
It's Rohan.
It's so big that, like, we don't stick together ever.
Yeah, just trying to hunt for it's easy to stick together for doing something like the orc quest, or I mean the ogre quest. But the moment we get to something along the lines of the we're trying to hunt, and it's like it's actually hard to find living enemies that fit most of the quests. So we're just getting on mounts and flying around.
2 other people that were also pursuing the same creatures.
We would probably be better off just actually setting 2 of us as follow. And just following around.
And just have one person play the game.
Yeah. Because, I mean, us working together would probably not speed up the process.
Not exactly, no. Keep getting access to more and more items with sockets in them. I just need to actually have gems to put them in is the problem.
Yeah, it won't matter, though. You'll be done with... We'll be done with this area soon.
Even in the moment, I feel some desire to kind of min-max.
Yeah.
Oh right, I can prospect my ore.
Yeah, Nagrand is my favorite zone in WoW 2. I think... I haven't run into any other areas that I'm like super nostalgic about. This has always been my favorite. Just because it's...
Wow, it says there's no gems in this.
Look over.
I'm not actually able to prospect most of the things in my inventory right now. Roll check failed because a group member did not respond.
Oh, what? Sorry. That was me.
What have you done?
Oh, that was for the dungeons. Let's try
you
that
monster.
Again.
Or something.
And then Shell fails once more.
I'm still talking with this dude. Can you let me talk with him?
No.
Never.
He has a big... orange?
He's a big orange?
Aww. So,
is it the fire? Is it the fire elemental?
No, I'm trying to talk with the earth elemental.
He's talking to Gordog. Fury of Earth.
Gordog!
He's the rock eater.
That's such a weird name.
Yo, Gordog. How's it been, dude?
Are we still...
You still chilling? Someone declined the invite. Holy shit, I've never seen that before. It's like there's like a strangely urgent sound.